CA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot. He's got a man. Complete. Give him 32 on the play. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Prescott throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott. Complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. He's got daylight. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White, 76 yards, and the Patriots have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 22 carries, 127 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. Off-play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Brady will try again on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So that one will be accepted. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Fighting through, and he's got space. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White, an even 90 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. On 2nd down, Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. Power running by Zeke. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
As we know on every team, head coach, offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, we often forget about the special teams coordinator. They pay him too, and boy is he excited about what his team just did. A big-time return for a touchdown.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Don't be scared of it.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that sack block.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This is brought in at the 21. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. On 2nd down, Prescott again. And that's intercepted. It's the All-Pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Gostkowski with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. They'll run with Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Thomas, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Demaryius Thomas with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gostkowski the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
42, Cowboy 6. Steven Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Prescott now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Prescott now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Do you think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. The kick by Marr is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for New England. 64 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Benjamin Watson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff, but, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Another drive getting ready to start here for Demaryius Thomas. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right? And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Philip Dorsett with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On the counter, Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Brady. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason.
All day, dog. 72.
Now Brady. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And his throw's going to be incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target. And it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
We got to step it up.
Prescott from the gun. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Again, it's Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
That throw by Brady, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down now, it's White. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Here's Brady. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
Smile about it.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Now White. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Prescott on first down. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. One last shot now for Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New England, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys,